Fun fact: the Wheel of Fortune tarot card is one of the most rich in symbolism. Do you know what each of its characters is supposed to represent? The wheel itself is the symbol of karma and the eternal cycle of life and reincarnation. The writing on it is said to be Hebraic letters, symbolizing esoteric knowledge, coded scriptures, and initiation into the mysteries of the divine, leading qualified humans to evolve from the material realm into spirituality. The Sphinx on top represents the ultimate stage of spiritual evolution that we're supposed to achieve after several turns of the wheel, i.e., after several incarnations. The sword it holds symbolizes fate, the unstoppable hand of destiny that strikes swiftly. Divine will overpowering human will, i.e., fated events. The two creatures turning alongside the wheel are said to represent the yin and the yang, the two forces that hold this universe. One, often said to be the Egyptian god Anubis, is going up, meaning evolving spiritually towards divinity. The other, a snake that some identify as Typhon or Seth, is going down, meaning falling into matter, i.e., material life, descending into physical incarnation. Every one of us has both aspects within oneself, and the cycle of reincarnation is meant to teach us, through repeated experiences on Earth, how to integrate both forces and find the right balance between them, rather than oppose them and remain stuck in conflicting duality, aka ignorance. Matter is not vile. It's not less important than spirit, as it offers the opportunity for experience inside the vessel that is the body. Experience, once we've mastered it, will eventually lead us back into higher realms of spirituality. On the lower left corner, the winged bull is Taurus' astrological sign. Across from it, on the higher right corner, sits Scorpio in the shape of a phoenix, since it is said to be the sign of transformation. On the lower right corner, the winged lion is Leo, and across from it, on the top left corner, is Aquarius, symbolized by the angelic figure. The Wheel of Fortune is therefore at the center of a grand cross formed by the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, which are called fixed precisely because they represent forces that are supposed to be out of our control, us humans incarnated in the flesh. Taurus and Leo, being on the bottom, are closely attached to material life, which makes sense since Taurus, ruled by Venus, is all about sensuality and the pleasures of material life, aka the way the yin enjoys to anchor itself into matter. Leo, ruled by the sun, is all about pride, ego, and kingship, which is the way the yang energy likes to make the most of the material life on Earth, through glory and the pursuit of power. On the other hand, Scorpio and Aquarius are respectively the higher, more spiritual counterparts of Taurus and Leo, which is why they sit on the top, closer to the Sphinx. They're supposed to yearn for more spiritual qualities than their opposite signs, seeking divine wisdom through occult knowledge and transformation for Scorpio, intellectual, esoteric research, and idealism for Aquarius. This cross of 4 fixed signs also happens to be a cross of four elements: earth for Taurus, fire for Leo, air for Aquarius, and water for Scorpio. This makes the Wheel of Fortune highly charged with esoteric symbolism, a mini representation of the whole universe and the history of humanity on a piece of paper, barely the size of a handkerchief. Doesn't that qualify tarot as one of the most powerful tools for initiation to divine wisdom and spiritual evolution?